Hey everybody, good evening. Coming to you guys from obviously not my usual setup, not my usual equipment. I know the microphone doesn't sound stellar right now. I know that the video quality, not that the video quality matters that much for my videos, but it doesn't look like it usually does. Obviously, this is not my typical arrangement for video making, but it's all I can do right now. I'll be back to the typical setup in a few days here. So just try to bear with me for a little bit here. I do have a few things I want to talk about tonight, so going to upload a little bit of a later video. This video is powered by BetUS TV, and I want to go over a handful of updates concerning the Seahawks salary cap. We now know a little bit more than we did before the day started. We also, I think, need to clean up a little bit of the conversation revolving around the Tevin Jenkins signing earlier today, because obviously there were a lot of comments on that video and there was a very mixed reaction to that. But I want to be clear about something. So let's start with the Tevin Jenkins thing and then we'll move on to the salary cap news. Um, it's not just about Tevin Jenkins. A lot of people in the comments said things like, well, Tevin Jenkins wasn't that good. Tevin Jenkins got hurt too much. Tevin Jenkins missed games every year because of injury. Tevin Jenkins this, that, and the other. Like, maybe it's not a good idea to throw a bunch of money at Tevin Jenkins. He's a flawed player, just like Ryan Kelly's a flawed player, just like Mekhi Becton is a flawed player, just like anybody that you could sign is a flawed player in all likelihood. The players that don't have noticeable flaws don't make it to free agency. So what I'm trying to get at here is that it's not about Tevin Jenkins. It's about the fact that we have just gone through another offseason with very limited opportunities to, change anything. And we've invested nothing into the offensive line in terms of reliable, solid, clear impact, clear upgrade pieces. We are betting everything on developing players, rookies, and third tier, fourth tier, fifth tier signings that are going to come down the line. Last year was Laken Tomlinson. This year, there's probably going to be another Laken Tomlinson. It's probably going to be another guy that we signed that's just like, he's not good, but he used to be good, so maybe he'll be good again. And then he's not good again. It's going to be more of that. It's going to be more, we're going to try to get our guys playing at a higher level. It's going to be that kind of stuff. And I'm just a little bit over that mentality. How many seasons over the last 10 have the Seahawks not reached their potential because of the offensive line, specifically the interior? Really, for a good chunk of it, it's been the whole thing. But right now, you have this clear and obvious need on the interior, and it's just very frustrating to see another offseason go by where the team has this clear and obvious need, doesn't lift a finger to address it in the offseason. They'll address their other needs and they'll create cap space, but they're not actually going to do anything to really fix the main issue that caused the team to disappoint the previous year. That's how it feels like right now. And we are running out of opportunities to do anything about that. And sorry, that includes the draft. Thinking that rookie offensive linemen are going to save us is a very bad idea, and I doubt that works out. Before I go any further, though, I do want to tell you about my friends over at BetUS TV. And there's a very interesting set of odds that you could get right now. If you look on screen right now, you'll see it. And I know that you guys are probably looking at that and going, that's not going to happen. That's not realistic. That's not a smart idea. But, I mean, hey, if you want to be really, really happy next February, maybe there's something here for you. Just something to think about. So maybe you really, really like the Seattle Seahawks in 2025. Maybe you think that they're going to kick off 2026 with something truly special, like a Super Bowl win. And if you do, well, check the screen, guys. That's what it's all about. Give it a shot. Okay, so anyway, back to the conversation about the interior offensive line for the Seahawks. It's going to be another year where we just hope our guys develop, hope our rookies play above their head, and hope that the veteran third tier, fourth tier, fifth tier signing we make is competent. It's asking a lot, and it's the same thing we've been asking for years now. And I understand that there's some mentality here that our coaches are going to make everything better, but we've been sold that before too. That was supposed to be what Shane Waldron would do. That was supposed to be what Ryan Grubb would do. That was supposed to be what, to a certain extent, Dickerson was going to do. That was what, what was the name of the offensive line coach last year? Man, I can't even remember his name now. It's the guy who came with Grubb from UW. I can't believe I can't remember his name, but whatever. I'm going to keep going. You guys get what I'm saying, though. We've done this before, and I wanted to try something new. So, again, it's not Tevin Jenkins. Like, it could have been Becton. It could have been Dahlman. It could have been Kelly. It could have been this guy. It could have been that guy. It could have been a bunch of guys, man. Like Jenkins was just the last guy remaining. And all those guys I just mentioned, like Will Fries, certainly had problems. There was every reason to not want to give Will Fries that kind of money. But nevertheless, we not giving him that money has led us to here, where I'm looking at this team and I'm seeing a clear desire to win games right now, which is why you're signing veterans like Cooper Kupp. That's why you're signing veterans like DeMarcus Lawrence. But right now, and the draft is not going to change my stance on this that much, I see a team that's going to have a great defense. I think the defense has improved. Lawrence is going to help. I think that Kobe Bryant playing the whole season at safety will help. I think that overall the defense will be one of the better units in football, probably top 8, maybe top 6. But I see an offense that has, in terms of talent, regressed. We have a worse quarterback. We have worse receivers. I don't know if the downgrade is huge, but I do think it's noticeable. And the offensive line is probably about the same. Running backs are the same. Tight ends are the same. So we're betting all of our horses on coaching, completely wiping out that deficiency and even pushing it the other way, because we want the offense to be better than it was last year with Grubb. We want the offense to be better than it was last year when it was like 17th in points per game. So unless we get some absolute monster in the draft here, and I'm going to say it again, even if we have a good draft, that's not realistic. Like, look at Byron Murphy, guys. Look at Byron Murphy last year. Byron Murphy's a good player, but there were people last year who were convinced that he was going to be the second coming of Aaron Donald, not realizing that Aaron Donald only comes around once every generation, and Byron Murphy couldn't hold a candle to rookie Aaron Donald. The odds of you getting superlative play out of any rookie outside of maybe the very, very top, and even then it's dicey. Like that's just not a smart bet. So I'm just tired of doing the same thing every year, guys. That's the bottom line for me. I know that people made good points, right? Jenkins is injury prone. Kelly is old. Will Fries only played 5 good games, and then he had a major injury. Like, there are reasons to not sign these guys. But nevertheless, that philosophy has led us here where I think the line is bad. And the opportunities to fix it are very, very limited now. Some people are saying maybe there could be a trade, like we could make a trade with the Browns because they don't necessarily need all their guards because they signed Jenkins. Perhaps so. There would be a little bit of a feeling of getting kind of the guy that Cleveland rejected, but honestly, getting the guy that Cleveland rejected has not been a bad strategy for sports teams in recent memory, so maybe that's not a bad thing, but that has to happen. I'm not going to make myself feel better by thinking about the possibility of it happening. I need to see it actually happen. All right, so that's enough about that. I just wanted to clarify there. It's not about us not signing Jenkins. It's about us getting to the end of the first wave and most of the way through the second wave of free agency and having done nothing to address the biggest problem on the team. We needed more offensive line help, and I wanted a veteran, somebody that I knew was going to be good, and that opportunity is pretty slim at this point. Now, real quick here, I do want to look at this tweet from Duger. He tweeted this earlier today. Saw this information from other places. Basically, we got contract details on MVS and Josh Jones. And if you take a look, I'm going to try to make the picture a little bit bigger, but it's not going to look great because I'm on my laptop. But basically, we're talking about a cap hit of call it $4 million for MVS, call it $4 million, and then for Josh Jones, it's exactly $4 million. So if you go to the video I posted earlier this morning, I assumed $5.5 million for MVS, and I assumed $4.75 million for Jones. So now we know that we're saving an additional what, 2.25 million approximately, like 2.8 million off what I was initially thinking. So that's good, but that's kind of the other part of this, right? We keep talking about all this great cap space we have, and we're running out of players we can even consider spending it on. The top free agents are flying off the board, and a lot of the ones that are left are guys like Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen. We don't want those guys. So this is the part where I really, really have a hard time joining Seahawks fans that are celebrating this idea that, oh, going from Geno to Darnold, going from DK to Cup saved us a bunch of money and it cleared a bunch of cap space, when I'm watching this team not spend their cap space. So I might come around on it once I see them spend that money and actually apply it in places that I think make sense. But I can't get to the point where I'm just going to, oh, I assume they're going to do it. I need to see them actually do it. They're clearing this cap space for a reason, guys. Do something with it. Other than that, that's most of the stuff going on right now. I know we've had a few top 30 visits. I think we had a top 30 visit with Syvon Williams, which is really exciting. And apparently Tyler Shuck is how you pronounce his last name, the quarterback, which is pretty, I don't know how to feel about that. I talked about Shuck already, so go watch the video I made. But had a couple of top 30 visits. That's always kind of interesting to track. I'll make more videos about that down the line when we've met more players. And I think Lucas Patrick is meeting with I want to say the Bengals, so we might not even get him. And he's the guy who I thought was going to be like Laken Tomlinson 2.0. Other than that, there was an interesting little interview with DK Metcalf. Most of you guys have probably already seen it by now. If you haven't, I recommend you go check it out. Basically, the main takeaway I got from that interview is that Ryan Grubb is one of the most damaging people in Seahawks franchise history. Like he's not up there with he's not up there with I'm not going to put him up there with Percy Harvin quite yet. I mean, Percy Harvin tried to beat up our franchise quarterback. I'm not going to put him up there with guys like Jeremy Stevens, who like single-handedly ruined the team's reputation with other fan bases for like 5 years. But Ryan Grubb has done unthinkable amounts of damage to this team. And in my opinion, that hire, which could have gone one way or the other at the time, obviously, I recognize the benefits and the deficiencies of that signing at the time, has really turned into something that I think has just destroyed this team beyond even the 1 year he was here. So go listen to that interview. It's very interesting. He's very open and honest about the fact that he thought Grubb was bad, like really bad, like incompetent bad. And it went beyond football almost. It was like a complete lack of respect as a human being. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go and get out of here. Again, sorry for the lackluster setup, but it's the only thing that I can do right now. Thank you to BetUS TV for powering this video. More stuff coming. I've got some videos that I've recorded in the recent past, like the last couple of days, that are scheduled to go up over the next 3-4 days. And if I have any other videos I need to make, I will. But yeah, that's it for this one. See you guys later. Go Hawks.